What's going on, everybody? When someone gets on, please let me know how the video and audio quality is. Hopefully, a video won't freeze like it has the last couple of times, but we'll see how it goes. Rohin, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Mike. Yourself?
Cool. We should be getting some folks on in just a minute or two. We're sending out an email. We got a browser notification going out. We got groups. There's going to be pizza late. No, I made that up. Not going to be any pizza. So how's everything going with you, man?
There was there was a busy day for me, to be honest, for work. And even we got a occasion coming in soon. And that's my wife's birthday. So yeah, a lot of preparation, a lot of shopping, everything was going on. So a bit tired now, 10:30 already. So I reckon by the time we're going to finish that thing, I'll probably go straight to the bed.
Awesome. Well, happy birthday, Mrs. Rohin.
Oh, thanks for that, man. Thank you.
No problem. Got a few people coming on now. Can you just let us know if the video and audio quality is okay? We'll get started here in just a minute.
Yep, sure.
Don't be shy. I see you on there. All right. Well, yeah, let me just do a couple more things and we'll get started. I know it's late for you. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. I think people are looking forward to it. Kartik says, fine. What's up, Kartik? Thanks for joining us. People starting to roll in by the minute. I'm going to wait until we've been here for 3 or 4 minutes because the email is just going out and I want people to not miss the beginning. Sam says, hello, how's it going? What's up, Sam?
Hey, Sam, what's up?
Some of you may not know this, but Sam is actually a team member at Legiit.
Oh, great. I thought that's Dorsey.
No. Georgia too, but Sam handles some of our social media.
Oh, great.
Suraj says, okay. What's up, Suraj?
Hey, Suraj.
That's a cool painting you have behind you.
Oh, that's the one? Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's it's not a modern art. It's pretty crystal clear, but it's actually a good one.
Yeah, I like it. Glenart says video looks great. Thank you. I found out how to use 1080p on StreamYard. Their support, by the way, top notch. So they were very helpful.
Yep.
Alexis, what's up, Alexis? Says, hi guys, good to see you. There goes my Amazon Echo every time I say your name. All right, we got quite a few folks on now, and it's coming in by the minute. So I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to you. Shanna says, too handsome. Why, thank you. Oh, careful though, Rohin's married. So. All right, I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to you, man, and you can get into it because I know you've got a lot you want to cover. Alex says, hi, Chris and Rohin. So go for it.
Hey, Alex, what's up, man? Good to see you. All right, so today's topic, as we said, we are going to cover it's search intent, a bit of a technical SEO part, and especially for the people who are in content marketing, they're probably going to love it. So I am going to cover a few different techniques. Some of them we do use for our GMBs. Some of them are actually for the website stuff. And there are a few things which we cover in our affiliate site. So you can mix match few of the stuff. You probably can try a few of them. Some of them are a bit intensive, but some of them are pretty easy to go. And we'll share a quick tool for that as well. Actually, it's a Chrome extension. All right, so just going to share my screen now. Okay, so cool. All right, so let me just go to, I think last time we did it. All right, that's one. So search intent, and we do call it as an entity using entity keywords. So that's a pretty one. So what we are going to cover today is common types of search intent. What are search intent? What are the different types of search intent? Why they are important, and how to find and optimize for search intent. All right, so what is search intent? The user intent. That's where the person make a search and what their ultimate goal is, what they are really trying to achieve. Google take all these things in consideration, and especially after RankBrain, they took all this information and interpret that to give the best results to the people. So as per the rank brain, they try to track all the different kind of testings they do it. They bounce the results upside down. They check all the bounce rates as well. And based on that, they try to rank the person in SERPs. So they try to say whichever the results on page one are getting like a clicks, maybe it's a listable items, or maybe it's the information articles which are taking the results. So based on that CTR, they try to figure out that which is a best result for that particular user query. And as we all know, like Google has got based on artificial intelligence, they've got a heaps and heaps of information on which they believe like what is the best query for that particular best results for that particular query. So what their overall aim, as we all know, Google aim is to provide the best results to the user query. And their overall aim is to organize the best world's information and give it the information as an end product to the users. So as SEOs, we already know how to manipulate the search rankings. We do it all the time, you know that. And but we need the necessary data, only then we can go and manipulate it properly. Otherwise, we cannot really beat Google. So that is what the purpose of search intent is. That's what we're gonna do it. Without the search intent, somehow our article gonna lag somewhere, and we need to go and make it properly. So if we are thinking of like we're gonna pick the keyword, we're gonna start telling our writers to go and write on this one, probably it won't work. It won't work, and I'll tell you why. All right, let me just go and show you the. Probably let's go with this one, and then I'll show you why it won't really work. So different types of search intent. So at the moment we have got like a different kind of search intent based on the knowledge what we have collected over the net, and information intent. So as if someone is going and asking like how, what do this kind of information intent is. So it's just easy that someone wants an information from Google, and that's what the Google understand as an information intent. And that's one of the reasons why you see sometimes like a calculator, sometimes you see like a feature snippets, knowledge panels kind of a thing on Google. So it's all based on information intent. Navigation intent is all about like someone wants to search for Google itself, or maybe they want to search for Legiit, or they want to search for Facebook. So they want Google to navigate them to the right source. And this is what it is. And one of a good example of that one is Wikipedia, where Wikipedia do the same thing as well as like Google. It is a search engine in itself. So that's what the search intent of navigation intent is. So then the next one comes in is transactional intent. Pretty straightforward. We already know like anything which comes up as like how could I say that, coupons, freebies, that kind of information, buy now or cheap, that kind of information actually comes into the transaction intent. So you're gonna understand the end results obviously will be a lot different for whichever the intent type it is. So if it's a commercial intent, most of the affiliate sites like best, reviews, category, that kind of thing, versus iPhone versus Android phone, these kind of things always comes into the commercial intent, and that even comes for the SaaS applications as well. So when we go to find out like Basecamp alternative, and that's the kind of results we get it, that is all based on the commercial intent, because the person actually need an information, but they need the commercial information rather than just a plain simple set of information. So the best way to satisfy this search intent is to actually reverse engineer your competitor sites sitting on page one. So let's say I'm going to actually search for anything, and I'll type in that particular keyword. I'm gonna see what are the top sites are. I'll go and reverse engineer those sites to figure out what kind of intent that is, and what elements, especially what the elements I need to cover in my web page to rank better in SERPs. Last time the GMB presentation we did it, the live stream, we covered SEO Melbourne as an example. This time we are going to move it to Brisbane side. So all the examples, everything I'm going to show you is basically for SEO Brisbane. So let's go ahead. So this is one of a tool which we use in our agency. There is another one which is a Surfer SEO. This one is called phrase.io. So what the Phrase actually do is they've done a little tweak up here. So as you can see, they have added a intent portion up here as well. And this is what it's gonna tell you what I mean by search intent. So let's say the top results on page one are the listable items. And that's what the Google is actually telling us. So even in our agency, and whenever someone comes to me, I mean, like and they ask like how could they figure out what kind of anchor text they use and all that, and I always tell my team members to just go and ask Google, because that's the Google. We need to go and ask them what are the best results are. That means I'm telling them just go and read the SERPs. SERPs gonna give you the one of the best answer you want to know. So that the intent portion appears. So what I did a search query up here for best restaurants in Brighton, Australia. Actually, I was supposed to actually use this one to Australia. So when I did that, I just got like some kind of results up here. So maybe these results could be different because I haven't used like I was supposed to put like US up here. But because if it's a results, maybe you can say it's just kind of telling us like there is a landing page, which is pretty natural because it's a landing page. But they're telling us it's a listable items. It has got a lot of visuals. So a local item, so a local elements they have seen into that, which makes sense because we are looking for a best restaurants in that particular area. It's a listable items because we are looking, it's a search query which is telling us the best restaurants. It means that in one particular area, we are trying to find out the best restaurants. So this is what the intent is. Intent means that we need to figure out what kind of results are actually dominating the page one. So is it like informational articles, or is it like a listable items, or is it like a lenders? So based on that, we need to go and tweak our web copies accordingly. So let's say there's a client who is coming to me and he said like they have got a restaurant over there and it's just a plain article they have written as such. So what the first thing I'm going to tell them? No, let's change it to 25 best restaurants or 10 best restaurants or that kind of items. Let's add some more visuals into that because that's what I can see. On page one, it's more listable items which are dominating the results. It's more visual items which are actually dominating the results. So based on that, I will go and tweak my search intent. I'll add all those necessary elements which the Google wants to see actually. Sorry. So in reality, we are just feeding Google their results, the food which they want to see to get us on the gold platter of page one. I hope that makes sense. And then the main thing which comes in is, all right, we understand what the search intent is. Now how to optimize for search intent, what are the different kind of techniques and everything we need to figure out, what are the search intent keywords are. So we know listable items, it's pretty straightforward. We can figure out from the top results what are the listable items are. For example, let's say I'm going in and I'm saying all right, interior design ideas. So I'm probably gonna see when I type in interior design ideas, there are about the Google is giving a results like 25 interior design ideas, but there are more search intent keywords that we have to add into our web copies as well, and that's something we need to figure out now. How to optimize the pages for search intent? So once, as what I've written up here, once you have your entity keywords, so which we will figure out from these different techniques, they should be included in your content throughout your website, GMB listing, and .business .site as well. So yeah, don't just restrict to your website only. You use that particular kind of thing in your GMB listings, your attributes, your .business site, which is a GMB site. And we can also use people also ask kind of snippet, auto suggested elements to find additional keyword phrases and that kind of things. But don't worry about that one because we're going to do it in a bit more detail up here. So the very first technique is Google Trends. So Google Trends, what I did, I just went to trends.google.com and then I typed in my particular word and I can see, scroll down to the bottom and you can see all these different kind of elements. So let's jump in and let's have a quick look up here. All right. So I just went up here. I did a search query for SEO Brisbane, and then I selected this Australia up here. I'm not really concerned about this one at this stage because I really want to rank for SEO Brisbane, let's say. And what I'll do up here is I'll say what kind of keywords. So maybe they're not much at the moment. So it's SEO Brisbane, SEO company, maybe SEO cost, SEO expert can be another keyword which we can say. So these kind of things we need to include in our web copies to rank better because that's what the Google wants to see. That's what the Google actually believe are the related items and the related topics to our main query. So that's one of the thing we use it as a Google Trends. For let's check it out for another query. Let's do it. Let's do it for maybe for Brisbane plumber. So if we do it for Brisbane plumber, maybe the results could be different. So SEO, plumbers Brisbane. All right, so I probably need to change it to Australia. Okay, so let's scroll down and let's see what else we can see up here. Okay, so we can see Brisbane. There's not much actually, but you can actually include some kind of keywords like cost and that kind of things too. It's not much. It is showing at the moment what I have seen. So let's go back. So it's basically all these kind of different kind of SEO Brisbane, local SEO Brisbane. It looks like the search query is different because when I did it in the morning, it was showing it like SEO services Brisbane kind of things too. So let me just, so these kind of things too. Next is the Google images. Probably it's pretty straightforward. What I did, I typed in SEO Brisbane up here, and then these are all the different kind of entity results. So SEO specialist, digital marketing, search engine, best SEO services, SEO company, local SEO, affordable SEO. That's pretty good one. I mean, like, and these are all different kind of terms which are coming in my related things in under the images. So what I'll do is I'll probably go and ask my writers to start adding these kind of terms into my web content as well. Like I said, there are like maybe like 5 to 6 different kind of categories what we have covered, like different methods we have covered in the entity search, but it's solely up to us which particular one we want to use and not. Now, when it comes to these kind of images, what you can do is, actually, we do have covered that thing further down too, but what I'll do is I'll probably take one of our image up here and do a bit of a text overlay on that one. So what that means is at the moment the Google actually see these kind of images which they are ranking for SEO Brisbane. It means that they do make sense for SEO Brisbane. So you can actually probably pick some of the images and can try to add to your informational content as well, because Google has already read this one and they have already understand that this particular type of image actually is related to SEO Brisbane. So they do actually add that kind of search intent and do include a bit of a relevancy between this image and the search term as well. So people also ask pretty straightforward, where it just tells us like what I'll do is in my H2s, H3s, I'll try to cover these kind of topics. So I did it for SEO Brisbane. Scroll down in google.com and then you will see this people also ask, and just try to cover this SEO cost. Maybe you can cover these topics straight away in your FAQs as well. Again, these a lot of people say it's a FAQ, these are elements, but these are all different types of search elements as well. So once you scroll down, go up here, go and take the next articles as well. What you can do up here is just go to Google. Let's say we are on google.com and let's type in SEO Brisbane. And there is a cool extension, SEO Ruler. So SEO Ruler is the one you can use. So what you can do up here is just go up here, press the extension, go to Google SERPs and copy people also ask. So once you copy people also ask, it's gonna copy all the different kind of things up here. Then you can simply go and create your template, tell your writers to go and start adding these kind of terms in your web copy as well. Try to make sure not to include any kind of what do we call it as a brands, because maybe brand is not relevant to you. So if there is any kind of brand, why is OMG the best SEO company? So maybe this particular one is not relevant to us, and maybe we can rephrase it, why is XYZ the best SEO company in Brisbane? So this is another kind of thing what you can use. Auto suggest, always you can go and you can press and you can load more articles up here, and then you can always do it accordingly as well. What the next thing we can do is we can go, like you said, as just ask Google. So these kind of bold terms, because Google are actually relating all these bold terms to this particular search query. So at the moment, SEO Brisbane, they're saying is SEO Brisbane is pretty straightforward. It's the same type of term, but Brisbane SEO, or maybe there are a few more terms like SEO, or maybe a few terms you're gonna see. which could be different. So what you can do is just go to SEO ruler once again, go to SERPs, and go to copy bold keywords. Sorry, this one, unique. So copy these keywords. Tell your guys to actually start adding those kind of keywords into your web copies. It looks like a bit kind of similar thing, but if you're looking for informational kind of an articles, you'll see a very different diverse kind of results up here too. So these are all the different kind of techniques. So maybe you can just use one of a Google sheet, prepare like a different tabs up there, and then start adding all these terms, copy paste this thing, and just send it to your writer, or else create a video for your writer. That's what we have done in our agency. So we just create a video, and we train our writers how they need to go and find all these kind of search intent words. Although I use phrase as well, and phrase do a bit of a portion by itself. So we just throw in the main query and tells us what kind of topics and subtopics we have to cover. So that's another one. All right, there is one thing what I need to mention. So let's go to images once again. We know these are the related terms. So rather than copy paste, let's go to SEO ruler once again. So go to Google SERP, image SERP, and copy all these related topics. So all these related topics, and then it will just copy all these different topics, and you can use it in whatever the best way you reckon. So probably just delete any kind of brands who are coming in, and rest of stuff you can use smartly in your web copy as well. So that's another kind of a technique. At the moment, these techniques are pretty straightforward, as we can see. Google auto suggest is basically auto suggest one. Again, SEO ruler can do that bit too. Just go to your main results, press the extension, and go to your Google SERPs and copy related searches. And then that way you can just copy all the related searches as well, and can start using into your content copy. Now let's come into the next one, which is a bit of advanced stuff. So knowledge panel. So what I'll do is, to show you guys, I'll go and type in, let's say, type in Brisbane town, because we want to create a bit of a geographical relevancy up here. So type in Brisbane, and you can see this is a knowledge panel coming in up here. So let's go and view the page source. Once you go and view the page source, all right, so what I'll do is I'll control F, M hash. That's one of our search query what I'll use to figure out all these terms what I really want to use. So at the moment, start scrolling down, you're probably gonna see these are some obvious things, but if you start going down, you might gonna see some. All right, this is the one. So natural landscape koala sanctuary, and then there is another one, expensive koala theme park, and then there is another one. So what you can do is you can start using these kind of terms, and when you're talking about a bit of a geographical relevancy paragraph, you add it to your main page. Or else you there is another way you can use is you can start creating the driving direction from these places back to your location, and then you can use that particular embed code and put it in your web copy and your geo articles. That's something we spoke about last time in our GMB presentation. So you can go and add like maybe best places to visit in Brisbane, and then you can actually go and add you can talk about this particular place and can create an embed code, can talk about this place and create an embed code. This way the Google actually relate these particular places closely back to your particular main Brisbane location, and when they see the driving direction coming in from these places to your location, that's gonna add a bit of a juice and trigger the geo-relevancy signals back to your site. All right, so that's one of another technique what you can use. Apart from that, these are all the different kind of terms, but again, it's one and the same thing what I said. You view the page source, and you can always look at these kind of terms as well. Now Google Maps, that's one of a different technique what I have seen, and I'll show you guys how to do that. It's really helpful with especially with Google Maps. So let's do it really quickly. Let's say I am actually ranking for Actually, let's do it this way. Let's say I'm ranking for SEO Brisbane. By the way, this Plepper is a Chrome extension, and you can actually, these are all the different kind of entities as well. So you can start adding these kind of entities, because when I type in SEO Brisbane, these are the different primary and secondary categories coming into. So you can actually add these kind of categories in your web copy as well. Now, stated URL is, let's say I am ranking for SEO Brisbane term. So what I'll do is I'll type in SEO Brisbane. So let's do it from the scratch. So what I'll do is I'll go to google.com and I'll type in SEO Brisbane. Let's say I'm already ranking for SEO Brisbane in Google Maps. So what I'll do is I'll go up here and I'll click on this one, this particular location above the snack pack, and it will bring me up here to this particular location. And then the next thing what I need to do is I need to go and probably click on one of my results. So looks like my memory is pretty full. So I need to click on my my location, which is a Joel House search one, and then this is a location which is coming in. So I'll copy this particular URL. I'll go to a notepad.com. So I'll go to a notepad.com and I'll press copy paste this particular URL. Now, as you can see, this is a term which I'm ranking for. So what I will do is I'll change this term to one of a keyword for which I am not ranking in Google. So let's say I am not ranking for affordable SEO agency. Let's say I'm not ranking for affordable SEO agency. So what I did, rest of the stuff is almost the same. I just changed from SEO Brisbane to I changed to affordable SEO agency. Then copy paste this thing. Just throw this thing in Google, and it will automatically make this result, but it will refresh our result to this particular Joel House search engine and media. So basically it's a kind of a signals we are passing on to Google that this particular query is actually related to RGMB. And that's how you can always go and send the PBN link. So you can send the different kind of like you can even use this particular search code in your different web properties as well, in your web 2.0s, and you can even send some kind of like a guest post or niche edits to this particular URL as well. So this is another technique what I've seen. We do it in our, I don't know if I've covered this particular technique last time or not, but this is another technique we use for GMBs, and we call it as a GMBs sculpted URLs. Now the next thing is entity association through images. That's pretty straightforward. What we do is pick any kind of image and then embed your name, address, phone number, and logo, everything onto that one, and then do a text overlay. You can use Canva, you can use Photoshop, anything, and just do a quick thing onto that. And Google understand all this image, and they do understand that kind of things too. So what you can do is probably rather than picking up any image, you still say you pick up, like go to SEO Brisbane, type in images, and then go and pick it up any kind of this relevant image. Then pick up that image, open that image in Photoshop or in Canva, and then add a over text overlay to that. So this is how your image after text overlay gonna look like. So this is a text overlay images. Then what I did, I picked this image, and I threw that image in one of a Google Cloud URL. This is a free version of Google Cloud. So what you can do is just copy this thing, just to show you guys. Door, that's the one. Google is reading that particular image now. Okay, so they're asking for oops. So Okay, so if you can see up here, they have read all this image, and if I go to overlay, this text overlay one, you can see they actually understood all this information. So welcome to door. Now we picked up one of our relevant image, then we embed our name, address, phone number onto that, and then you can use this particular image on your web properties. You can use that image on your web page as well, and that is basically Google gonna read that image. They already understand this image is related to SEO Brisbane, and then when we embed our text onto that, which is a name, address, phone number, our GMB URL, Google business site, and it's just gonna pass on some of the relevancy and such intent signals back to our site, which is another signal we are giving to Google that yes, we are a real location who actually lives up here. So that's another different version, and this is a drag and drop version, which is to show you guys what I'm talking about. Now, Google Earth method it's one of a tricky method, and that's one of our last method of this presentation, guys. And Google Earth method, let's do a quick demo of that one. What I'm really going to do is I'm going to use a Google Earth web version, and then I will create a project, and then I will add my particular city and my geolocation to that particular project. So this is Google Business. So what I did, I went to this search bar. So into the search bar, I did basically I typed with my keyword SEO Brisbane, and then when I typed SEO Brisbane, it just opened up. So forget about this first result. All these results that picked up are gonna type in and click in on my particular result. So let's say my result is Joel House in this particular case. So I'll type in on Joel House, and all these things gonna come up. Click add to project. Once you will click to add a project, give it whatever the name you want. That's up to you, and just say save. So that's a save, and then go back up here. This time you're gonna see this SEO Brisbane thing will pop up at the very top. Then what you need to do is just pick your main image, which is the Brisbane city, and then press for that one, and then we are going to add this Brisbane city to our same project as well. So we are going to use this Brisbane one to our same project. So press save, come up here. So it's a double entry. So come up here, select whichever it was. There is a pencil next to that, or although you can always go up here too. And then you can add your name, address, phone number, the kind of a GMB description, name, address, phone number, and then a bit of a description about your particular location and your website address as well. So just go and do this thing, press save. And then the next thing you need to do is come up to the Brisbane section and press this little, actually there is something else. I remember there is something. All right. This is a new feature, and search to add places. There is a one, guys, because it's been a long time I haven't done this one too. It's my team who do it, but there is a place where we can go and add our website URL as well. So we need to go inside this search Brisbane once again, and then there is a location which comes up. So you do a bit of a explore to this thing where when you come up and there is a pencil sign, just go and add your website address there too, and you can always go and add your GMP website, that kind of things in there too. So that's kind of a different things what you can use to add such intent entities to it. Now coming to the phrase once again, like I said, when you type in your main keyword, so let's go and do a current slide. So when you type in your main keyword, these are all the different kind of articles. So if it's a listable item, go and add a listable item. If they're talking about the local one, go and add the local stuff to it. And then underneath that, there is a topic section as well. So this is what the topics are. For every result, they are already giving us like a different kind of topics. So these kind of topics are very closely related to our search intent as well. So we can always go and start adding these kind of keywords to our web page too. So the Google, when it comes to like let's say if it's Windows, I'm going to type in Windows in Google, then the Google is getting a mixed kind of results, whether I'm looking for Windows as a carpentry thing or whether I'm looking for Windows computer. But when you add these kind of different names, like different influencers and different kind of location entities, and with the images when you add it, these are kind of additional signals we are giving to Google that yes, we are talking about the Windows computer. Like we are talking about when we add like Bill Gates, we add like processor, that kind of terms, that is passed on the signals we are passing on to Google that we are actually talking about the search intent. And when they read all this information with TF, IDF, that kind of things, they prepare a kind of a corpus that that what are the top sites who have used these kind of terms regularly, and based on that we can go and beat the top search results to grab those positions. And that's all about it, about the search intent, guys. And that's back to you now, Chris.
All right. That was incredible as usual. Thank you for that. I'm sure that took quite a while to put together, so we appreciate you taking the time out of that. Can everybody that's watching just do me a favor and first, thank Rohin for joining us and sharing all of that with you. And then if you have any questions about that or anything else SEO related or whatever else, let us know. Let me go back and catch up on some of the questions we had. Most people are kind of engrossed in it though, and not a lot of questions coming in. Let's see. Glenn Art 101 says, what is the name of the tool being used for best restaurants in Brighton, Australia? URL of tool.
Yeah, that's an application called phrase.io. So it's a paid application basically. So it's a phrase.io. You go in, create an account, and then I think they've got some kind of free tour as well. But we need data. And for the data, we need some kind of applications. Otherwise, whatever the stuff I've said, the person have to go and do all these things manually, which is itself is a pretty time consuming, You
said it was phrase.io.
Yeah, frasa.io.
Okay. Put that in the comments for everybody. SEO that still works in 2030. That's interesting. Let's see. Got some spammer on Twitch. Jim says 2 legends. Thank you. Chris says something. Chris. Siraj says SEO ruler. Great extension. Thanks. Yep. Glenn asks, what's the URL for SEO ruler? Is it?
Just go to Chrome store, Chrome extensions, and type in SEO ruler. I think you're gonna get it. Or else, let me just go and give you guys a quick URL. So, Chris, I don't know.
Let me know when you have that, and I'll drop it in the comments.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
All right. Jade says, good morning, Chris. Good morning, Jade. Siraj says, thanks for sharing Google Earth knowledge. I will try this.
Yep.
Sam says, thanks, Rohin. Great explanations. Kai Mobile Web says, I feel like I have been drinking out of a fire hose. Yeah, Rohin tends to do that to people. Right? He gives you a lot of info at once. That's why we do these the way we do them, so you can easily go back and watch them as opposed to like a webinar or whatever. So,
yep.
John says, thanks, Rohin.
Thanks, John.
Alan Tebby says, thank you, Rohin. Very good.
Thanks, Alan. I appreciate that.
Says, very informative. Nora says, I just started watching. Need the first part. This is such good content. Write the name of the application. I think we did that, right? Phrase, yep. And then the other one is SEO ruler.
And SEO ruler, because I'm just checking actually SEO ruler. It looks like they have they've taken off their particular extension from the Chrome store. So it may be because I've got a installed application. I'll see if we can unpack this one.
Okay. Nora says, thanks. Thank you, Nora.
Thanks, Nora.
So those are the questions so far. Still a lot of folks on those. So if you have any questions about anything that we covered today or anything else SEO, let us know. Otherwise, we will let Rohin go wrap his wife's birthday presents. So,
Yeah, for sure. And the only thing what I can really cover up here is some of the folks I know, they ask like, how do we go and scale our affiliate sites? And I don't mind sharing the whole technique up here. So what we normally do is, I've got a video as well on my YouTube channel, and you guys can watch it on. So we go and throw in the keyword in Google. We type in, let's say, whatever the niche we want to go with, just throw the broad keyword and turn on the href Chrome extension. And then the href gonna give you all the different kind of stats, and especially I'm looking for the DR range. And then what I do is I keep on scrolling and I'm looking for the sites which are under DR 20 kind of thing. So because I know these are the losers, and I can easily go and outrank these sites to grab the position one. And then we go and look further down their top pages, and then we prepare the list of all those top pages. We know this site is weak, number one. So this is number one, is this site is weak. And the second thing is, you still with me? Yeah.
yeah,
right.
my video freezes, and of course it would do it right when I'm drinking.
All right. So the number one is, those are the low DR sites. So that's first thing. And the second one is, we go and check it out for all those sites, the different top pages. Then what I do is I pick each and every top page main primary keyword. I throw them in phrase.io, and then we create all this content brief. We just tell our two writers, then go and start writing about all these things and taking consideration of the search intent kind of things too. And they just go, we go publish them, boom. It's just so super easy that way to scale your sites.
I think that sounds like another live stream that we might have to do at some point. Hey.
Yeah, that's one of my methods. What I'll tell you, like 10 minutes affiliate site network, affiliate site system, what we have got.
Yeah, I think people would like that. So
yeah.
We'll see. Nora asks, where do I watch the whole presentation? It'll be at the same place that you're watching right now. So that same URL. Once we're done, it'll become a regular video. So save it if you want to watch it right after, because it takes a while for it to become public. I don't know why YouTube does that, but it does. But then you can just watch it. It'll be on my channel forever. So Ruben says, I came in late. Will there be a recording? Yeah, it's live. So it'll be at the same place that you're watching right now. So yes. And sorry about that. The email for some reason got hung up today. Didn't go out at the same time. It went out now, but didn't go out as early as I wanted, because, well, sometimes things just don't go the way we want.
Yep.
So, all right. Everybody's being shy today. Any other questions or anything you'd like to talk about? Anything unclear? If not, I will start rambling and then we'll wrap it up. But I think that was a great presentation. Again, I know it's like 11 o'clock there now. So
yeah, it's 11:30 now.
Oh man. John asks, what's your YouTube channel?
John, just go to YouTube and type in Rohindua, and the very first one you'll see my face over there, and that's my YouTube channel. I think they're about like 135 subscribers. You can easily find that.
All right, I'm going to drop it in the chat.
Yep, sure.
I didn't even know you had a YouTube channel, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I do have a YouTube channel. I do share some kind of videos or even the live streams. I do it with the other Facebook group members, the admins as well. So, and then on and off, I do share some of the little short videos as well.
Oh, cool. I had no idea. I'll have to check it out myself.
Yep.
But there is the link to it. Obviously, that's not very helpful because YouTube's URL structure is not great, but that's the link to that. John says, thanks.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right. Well, it seems like we're not going to have a lot of questions today, so we'll go another minute or so. Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No, that's it pretty much. I would say, Chris, like the purpose of search intent, like I said, it's just one thing of the entire bouquet. I mean, like if you're saying like the only thing which gonna help us to rank better in SERPs, no, but we need to satisfy, we need to be ahead of the game. So when it comes to, I mean, like a normal search results, if you're thinking like whatever, we just gonna pick a topic and tell the writer to go and write about it, it probably won't work. So we need to go and train our writers in the form of SOPs, and that's where these kind of things really be helpful. So they can go go and rather than we go and create like a SEO brief for each and every primary keyword, it's probably be better to actually go and train the writers. And that's what we do in our agency. We probably believe in training out our vendors, our writers, rather than just giving them spoon feeding everything. So we just create the short videos for each and every step. I think it's more than 100 videos what we have created for each and every step, and we train the people. So whenever the new person come on board, we simply give them the video. All right, here is a video for search intent, here is a video for anchor text. They just go and play around with it and train them accordingly.
So how big of a team do you have?
How big the team I have got? So if I've got like 3 different companies at the moment. So if I merge them all together, it's about like 62 people what I've got on board, and we work with about like 30 to 35 different vendors as well.
Oh wow! So you have plenty of free time.
I do have a lot of free time because being from the artificial intelligence background, so that's what I did my master's in. So I try to automate every single bit of my work as I can. So we work with the CRMs, we work with Zapiers and all that. We try to automate everything, and then we delegate the things. So we find out what the things we don't need. We eliminate some of the crap stuff from it. Then we automate the rest of stuff. And whatever is left, we simply delegate. So we simply delegate, and that's one of the reasons I just work like 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours maximum in a day.
Oh wow! So you would say that like systems and automation and delegation have been kind of the key to your success.
Oh, exactly right. That's the main thing. I can't really do everything by myself. So this is one of the reasons. Basically, my partner, we rely so much on automation delegation. So we add the new people in team whenever we feel a need. We just train them as much as we can. We have got a complete wiki, and one of new system, like it's an app, is a smart task. We moved everything from Basecamp to smart task, and then we did a cross platform inside smart task. We can probably do a live stream on this thing next time, like how you can go and you can delegate everything between cross platform within your team. So that the thing is coming in, the team is trained enough, they'll go and assign the task, team lead's gonna go and assign the task to the new person. And the way we have set up the templates, the moment we go and get a new project, we just go and add the template to that particular project. When we add the CRM, all the timelines, all the different delegations, everything is already in there, all the SOPs, everything in there. So they go and just keep following that thing and get it done. So no more micromanaging. That's all I'm saying. No more micromanaging. Whatever the stuff needs a micromanaging, we usually go and eliminate that stuff completely from our list.
That's very interesting. It's not something I was ever naturally good at, but Georgie, who you know as well, has done a fantastic job of streamlining our systems as well. He even developed a like custom software to manage our link networks, so we can tell so we never like link to the same site twice, and who, you know, we don't repeat patterns and things like that. He literally had it built from scratch. So it's really important. Yeah, it's really important. It's not something I'm good at. So it's good to hear from someone that is, and to have someone on my side that's good at it too. So.
Yeah, no, it's really very, very helpful. Basically, we have got all the different kind of like the email automations, everything in place. So whenever the leads comes in, we don't need to go and manually go and drop someone to the automation list. It just goes all by itself. The warm-up goes all by itself. And then the email calendar goes all by itself. So everything is synchronized in a way.
Perfect. Well, it sounds like we have our topic for next time then.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate you taking the time once again.
Yeah. Thanks for them. I really appreciate your time too.
No problem. And thanks to everyone that watching. Dino says .com web still not finished. Interested to know more. Not sure what you're talking about there.
I guess he's saying like there's always a learning curve involved.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Sam says, thanks, guys. All right, guys, I will be back myself with some more videos later this week. And then we will, Rohin will, I don't know if we'll be back next week because we got holidays in the US, but we'll see. So thanks again, buddy. Appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us. Everybody else, figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it, because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. Peace.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.